really committing. So I like how Cyber Legacy reveal their offlane duo and then instantly boss core.
Yeah, just straight in, getting out that raid boss.
Exactly. Get it in there. Because now, like, forZe, they had to, like, they still have to pick a support, and then they still need to pick, they decide, where's this Razor going? The flexibility in the Razor pick is, of course, it can go mid or safe lane. The main point here is by the end of this second phase, forZe are going to have to decide what's happening. So Cyber Legacy, if they just pick up a generic mid lane that doesn't show much, for example, knowing CIS, it will probably be like a Shadow Fiend, maybe I wouldn't want to say Lina or Quap because I feel like they're a little bit too fragile and you need a tankier front hero because, again, Legion doesn't want to be in the front of the fight. Okay. AA, of course, they still need the position 5. Yep, that's perfectly fine. Completely forgot they needed to do that.
Fair enough. Yep.
I was, yeah, might be. Yeah, picking their pos 5. Screw the mid lane suggestion. Yeah, Cyber Legacy aren't really showing anything at this point. Like, in terms of, like, they're really utilizing their last pick for their mid. Their draft's well-rounded. They've got initiation, BKB pissing stun. I guess the only concern you have for Cyber Legacy right now is the fact that you don't have a hero who really wants to, again, like I said, be in that front line. AA, support, Rubik, whatever. Legion, Blink Initiator, could very much go for the pipe build, but it could be quite underwhelming. I think it is good this game against the early damage of the Grimstroke, the Batrider, but still, there is a slight hole in Cyber Legacy's overall game plan.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. It's, I don't know, every time someone picks Legion though, I always feel that. I'm like, but you've got a Legion, but that hero just doesn't feel too great right now. But if we ignore that, even, you know, it's a good answer to the Batrider at the very least.
Of course. Yep.
And of course, you know, if Grimstroke comes out though, you know, you can only get rid of one of the lassos.
This is a nice pick. Like, I was trying to find ways to deal with a PL, and Pangolier naturally does so well against Delusion heroes and in general wave clear. There's quite a diversity in builds nowadays. Some players opt for like the early Vlads into then other, like Diffusal Blade, for example, and others obviously go for the early Javelin into Maelstrom. I think this game, very much a Maelstrom build. There's not a lot of stuns coming out from Cyber Legacy, so it's hard to really lock down this Pangolier, and especially because there's not any BKB piercing stuns. There is technically the insane big brain Kappa play where the Legion commander goes Aether Lens to then blink duel the Pangolier who's rolling to stop him from getting his ultimate off. And if the Legion then buys Ag, so no one can do damage between the two of them, Legion can completely take the Pangolier out of the fight.
Yeah.
But that play is so big brain bulbous, it's so bad. Please, I don't want to see it happen.
Yeah, it's probably not good.
No.
But in general, you know, I really like Pangolier. I think Pangolier is one of the most underrated heroes right now, I think. He does a ton of work in team fights every single time. You know, yes, he doesn't really have any carry potential. Okay, fine, but what he can offer to team fights is just above and beyond what almost every other hero can offer in most situations. Your Rolling Thunder and Swashbuckler are just such good spells. Yeah, are we going to speculate on what Lil's done, by the way? Like, are we assuming that Lil left aggressive mode and went to Cyber Legacy, or do we think aggressive mode kicked Lil and now has been picked up by Cyber Legacy? It's hard to imagine Lil leaving aggressive mode for Cyber Legacy when Cyber Legacy had been struggling so much recently, but
I would say that all these teams are in the same caliber of none of them are qualifying for anything. So
yeah, true.
If you feel like chopping and changing doesn't really have too many concerns, like Lil's going to float around teams at CIS region, and I think Cyber Legacy overall, they've had pedigree in the past. I think aggressive mode, they're a team that they're newly formed. They had a little bit of a showing, but overall it's like they're still on the cusp, and especially I think they're now transitioning to be a CIS team with their new roster. Like, I think Lil, knowing that, okay, I'm not playing in EU now, might as well just play with some lads that I know maybe more confident with. I think that aggressive mode team for him was more like I don't have anyone else right now, so I like the new team that Lil was on. I think overall it's a much more well-rounded team that should provide consistency for him and those lads to improve on. But we say that every time a new team's formed, but
yeah.
More importantly, though, this Sven pick, really good, I think, overall. Rounds out their draft. They have multiple ways to deal with the PL. Like, you have to respect an early phase PL pick needs to have a counter or two. If you get to the end of your draft and you're still answering the way to how are we killing these illusions, that's when you really know that you've made a mistake, and you shouldn't fall trapped to that. So they cover themselves. You've got Grimstroke. It's not that good against PL, in concept, but it's more the fact that like it gives you a bit more team fight. The wave clear from his Inkswell is pretty decent, but or Stroke of Fate, and also Pangolier and Sven both deal with it. Then the rebuttal though is this TeaGuvnor. I'm torn to say if it's it's good in theory against the Sven physical damage, Pangolier, somewhat physical damage if you just focus on the swashbuckle. But the main issue I find right now is Pangolier happily wants to jump on the backlines. Batrider wants to jump on the backlines. Sven, if he goes for the Ags build, will freely move around these fights and not get kited too much. And
yeah,
so they have no frontline right now on Cyber Legacy unless Chappie goes for some big aura item build and can play into the timing of a Manta Diffusal Blade PL. I'm very scared at how they approach a tower. Like, even if you get the TeaGuvnor starting to blast down a tower or two, where's your setup? Like, who's the guy going to be getting the vision? Like, when a Rolling Thunder just comes flying through, or a Batrider comes from the fog, like coming over the trees. I think Cyber Legacy, they don't have saves, they don't have frontline. It's worrying. But again, we saw in the previous series, right? Like, teams that can play the map a bit better, get their items a little bit earlier, obviously have that benefit. So, of course, I think comes into factor.
I think you might be underestimating the Legion Commander a little bit too hard. Like, I do agree that Hero's not that good right now, but at the same time, you know, you do have the Purge, you do have that save there available, and
but it's such a light save.
Hero. Yeah,
it's a save for like you're getting Lasud, you're saved, grats. But like if you're getting Rolling Thundered or you're getting Sven stunned,
yeah,
some weak ass Legion Purge isn't going to do anything for you. So it's not like a imprisonment or a grave or like Cyber Legacy. The point I'm getting at is they require items to become team fight ready. forZe just need levels to be able to present themselves in a team fight. That's where there's a disconnect between both these lineups.
Yeah, I think you may be right, but you know, we'll see how it goes, and we'll see who
throw
manages to
throw a poll into the boys.
Oh, you're right. We've got to get the poll going. That's right.
Get them all voting.
Yeah. What the? Okay, the poll. Oh god. Okay, the polls are broken. The polls are completely broken. I don't know. The button's saying delete poll. That's the only option I'm given. And when I try and press it, hold on, let me refresh.
Yeah, delete the poll.
All right, there we go. Got a new poll. No, but when it said could not delete the poll when I did it. So.
What do we want? Poll. When do we want? Poll.
Yeah, we got it.
Nice.
Talk for a minute. I need to write the poll.
Oh, sure. All right, cool. So you got the Legion, Rubik, and AA running towards the top lane. His camera's probably not showing this, so it doesn't really matter that I'm saying it. What's he looking at right now? All right, he's currently looking at Razor. He's got the ward running mid. Actually, fun fact for you guys, an interesting play to make is, could you leave your camera on the mid lane real quick, please, good sir? Like, focus around the Dire Tower. On the Dire Tower, please, Dire Tower.
Zoop. There you go. Zoomed out so we can see it.
No. Oh, okay. So, what a play you can make if you're Dire and you're want to place a mid ward, you can then eat this tree if you have a Quelling Blade and you're a melee hero, because a classic play that they make is they run from the river here and they stand behind this tree, or they come from this way and stand behind this tree. So if you just Quelling Blade these trees, it removes the fact that they can actually check to see if there's a mid ward. I said this yesterday, and I'll say it again today. There we go, lads.
Kill trees, kill wards, kill mid, win game. Yep. Easy peasy. Alrighty, let's get into it. Game number 1 of Cyber Legacy versus forZe Esports in this best of 3 series for those all-important points here in the group stage. Who's going to take the victory? Well, I don't know who our money is. Oh well, I think we're favouring the forZe lineup. We said that quite clearly. But you know what? I'm a Legion fanboy. I really like the hero. I do agree that the hero is pretty bad right now, but still, I think we're going to see some big stuff come out. I hope we're going to see some big stuff from Chappie. I don't think we're going to see some good stuff, but we might. Let's see what happens. And you know, as you say, it's not a complete outdraft. You know, Cyber Legacy can hit their items. They can hit some timings. They have something to aim for this game where they will potentially reach a spot where they're stronger than forZe. And also, I think these lanes are looking all right as well. I mean, we'll see how TeaGuvnor does in lane versus the Razor. Oh no, he's just figured this out, hasn't he? He's just figured this one out. He's like, oh no.
Yeah, that's a
I bet you next time he tries it on himself. And
it also won't work.
It also won't work. Oh god. Pikachu's about to have a very violent lesson in the mechanics of static link. And I want to see it. I reckon that is going to happen.
This game is all about BZZ, Mr. 633 on the offlane.
Oh, Chu finds a Korean. Whilst he's going for the lane pull. Delicious.
Happens every time, but no, it's all about this Pangolier. If he gets a good start to the game, he can set the tempo of every tower defense. He can always always control every fight. So I think if he has a good start, game should be in forZe's favor for sure.
Vanschool just laying in a bit of harass up at top. All right, have we had it? Yeah, oh, we missed it. We missed it. That's a shame. I think he did it. I mean, the fact that Decrepifier's on cooldown and Static Link's on cooldown suggests that Pikachu definitely did try and Decrepify himself and it didn't work. And now Pikachu's like, well, screw life. I'm just going to use Decrepify to secure CS then. I mean, at least he's got another option for this spell, I suppose. But yeah, still doesn't feel good at all. But yeah, it's an okay matchup for the Pugna because, of course, as you're seeing, he can just use Nether Blast. He doesn't really need right-click damage that badly to be able to mess with Gibkey, so he should still have a decent time in this middle lane. And, you know, being a sticky mid laner like Pugna is, he's also fast as hell.
I would say he's a high move speed hero with range and ability to push out lane, which is kind of the criteria that you want against a Razor. And especially Razors, naturally, if they pick up that early rune, let's say a haste or something, they might want to try and make a play on the map. Pugna loves it when his enemy mid laner goes to rotate, takes his tower. Additionally, Razor likes to go farm the jungle. What happens when you go farm the jungle? You don't defend your tower. What does Pugna like doing? Taking towers. So Pugna overall, in theory, has the potential to punish this Razor in like a default playstyle.
Yep. Pikachu's here to chew gum and take towers, and he's all out of gum. But he's also taken a ton of damage because it's a double damage Razor, static linking him, and as we know, Decrepify does nothing for you in that situation, so that's pretty lame for him, but at least he can secure that range creep nonetheless, and yeah, he should have a pretty good time in this middle lane. Meanwhile, up towards the top, this Legion Commander, she's off to a pretty good start, you know? He's doing pretty well, 15-3.
Well, it's a Sven Grimstroke. The reason why Sven isn't really a hot pick right now, it's like the same as Wraith King. It's such a bad laner. All you have is a stun. You have some pitiful right click, and it's like whatever. Especially with the patch being a headdress laning phase patch. Pick out the early headdress, get regen. Naturally, like Legion has 3 armor, like pretty chill. Like it's just not that good of a laning hero. He's all like this pick is all about what are we gonna do in the game. He is countering the PL. He's not focused on the laning phase. So, but this is the thing. I don't think forZe really care too much about PL having a good game. Because they know even if he gets that early tank item, he's the only guy that's going to be tanky on their team. So you can kind of ignore one tanky hero in the game.
Okay, we'll see if that theory does come to fruition as BZZ taking some little clickies from Bignum here as he goes to take the little creepies.
Yep.
And get himself a bit of farmies. Meanwhile, Chu.
Yay.
Wrapping around on mid, maybe. Looking for Pikachu. Could be an option. And securing the haste rune as well, but immediately coming in. And I think, yeah, that's a bit awkward. Yeah, he goes back to his layers expected, but top! Oh, they just managed to bring down 19-teen. Although I'm told he's not 19-teen, he's just 19. Meanwhile, Vanschool taking some hits in response, but yeah, won't be able to anywhere near get them close to death. Like finding something with it. Bignum, he's getting run down, but at the same time he's quite... Oh, never mind, Swashbuckle comes through, but then the one comes out from the AA, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get melted all the same, but Pansmoses are going to get immediate turnaround kill, and I think they're kind of happy about that one, honestly. Like, PL's going to get himself solo XP for that one, and decent amount of gold as well. And just keeps on farming. Meanwhile, up at top, Mill perhaps in some trouble here, as he's being chased into the trees by 19, and dodging out the stroke of fate. Nicely done. Is it going to be enough, though? It is. Lil survives, and Vanschool does not, because Chappie was just right-clicking him the entire damn time, just chipping away. There we go. Wow, what a crazy start to the game. Meanwhile, though, Gibkey, hello, sir. He is looking. He might... They've got the ward, though. They're fine. Lil has all the information he needs.
Smelt the rotation from a mile away. But this is the start that you want from Cyber Legacy. Like, their lineup is all about if they can leave the laning phase with like item advantage and can roll over them, they can obviously take fights, take towers. They have the stuff they need. And as much as you look at draft, we mentioned this in the previous series. Even if your draft looks better on paper, it's the execution and how you utilize the gold that you earn to buy the correct items. And if Cyber Legacy can get the correct itemization, really isn't that hard this game because all their heroes are pretty static in item builds nowadays. Whereas if they can get to those items early enough and take away these early towers and move around the map, then of course it's going to be hard for forZe to really muscle up into them. But again, if it's even, I still am very much forZe favored for the fact that they have so much kind of tower defense and general team fight that it's going to be overwhelming. Again, if it's an even game. But so far, not looking that way with the CS.
No, I mean, I'm still on the fence. I maybe even Cyber Legacy favored a tiny bit, but I don't know. I'm seeing the potential of this PUBG. I'm seeing the potential for the Legion, but yeah, we'll see. I think it's definitely the closest draft we've had today. What did chat think? I just gotta check that.
Some guys being the. I just read some comment. I can't take it seriously. I won't even mention it because it's that ludicrously dumb.
Oh, not many votes, guys. Everyone's just chilling, but 13 votes for forZe and 4 votes for Cyber Legacy. But yeah, I mean that's 76% advantage for forZe. So they seem to be won over by your comments.
Yep. Thank you.
Slash coming up with those points themselves, maybe. Pikachu under tower. Oh, the changing of damage and life as they connect with both of their channeling spells. And unfortunately, Gibkey seems to be coming off a little bit better here. Lil, though, going to position himself forwards here, but now Gibkey's just going to come straight in with the Eye of the Storm. But Lil's got the lift. Inkswell probably not going to be enough to help Gibkey catch up with Lil here. So I think this is going to be Razor left empty-handed. Meanwhile, a pause comes out. Nothing interesting going on at bottom. Nothing interesting going in at top, so it is just this kind of chase down in the river. Now, Lil is not entering the vision.
They're trying.
He sees him now. Vanscore, he gets the silence out onto him, but the TP away from Lil will be completed and shall not die. But Yohovi, she's going on a bit of an adventure.
Are you watching it too? Yeah. Oh, we lost it.
Hey! Yay! But Phantom's Embrace on cooldown. Woo! Value. Meanwhile, more important things were happening as Chu dies in the bottom lane, but who wanted to see that?
Batrider underneath tower happens every game. Ever since the Flame Break change, like the reason why Batrider was such a hot pick in the previous patch was because Flame Break had such a high duration for the damage, and now they reduced it to 2 seconds, level 1. It's like, oh well, I don't really want to level this now because it's just not worth it.
Oh, the initiation starts, yeah, onto the Sven, but Chappie first has to deal with that Phantom's Embrace, so he can't get off the duel, so now he looks towards Vanscore instead. Is in range for the duel if he wants to use it, and does do so as Pikachu makes his way over, and they're going to have enough damage to rip through his defensive and get that first duel win on Chappie. So, now the pressure starting to come in up in the top lane, but there's a wrap around forZe looking for the response here, and Pikachu has been spotted. He needs to get himself to safety, but unfortunately the damage is going to come out, and along with the Rolling Thunder, nicely used there to cancel out a TP or anything like that coming out, as Pikachu does get dropped. And now Chappie, though, on top of Gibkey. Hello, sir.
BZZ.
Hello, sir. Can he get the kill? Oh, he can't quite finish it off. Meanwhile, BZZ does get killed off, but it doesn't look like Chappie's going to survive this one. The lightning bolts were too damn strong. Zapping and zapping and zapping away, and eventually you do just get chunked away. I mean, this Eye of the Storm obviously ramping up in damage the more time you spend in it, and Legion spent a very long time trying to chase down Gibkey and get that kill, so both BZZ and Chappie falling in the end there, but the initial engagement onto the PUBG, it was a very long fight up there at top. I think overall, though, I think Cyber Legacy should have left a little bit sooner than they did, and they do pay a pretty costly price for their greed.
That was if you looked at the Rolling Thunder, actually, when you connected on the wall, there's a moment when you hit a wall, you have a very small fraction of time to actually change the direction in which you bounce back out. And he actually had that where he came in from one angle, instantly redirected it so he could move back in aggressively. So there's a nice little small pango mechanic there, which was a
micro play, if you will.
Yes. But as I say that, Pangolier just killing himself mid lane.
Yeah, I saw that one happening, but I was also drinking my coffee at the same time. So unfortunately, you guys miss a kill, my thirst gets quenched. We can value it up. I personally think that my thirst is more important, so...
Not at all.
Screw all of you.
Yes. No.
Screw all of you.
Where's the commitment? I've not taken a sip for 3 hours so I can analyze this game.
You need your hands to analyze?
Yes.
You constantly doing sums?
Punching in the numbers, and right now it's looking like Cyber Legacy...
Doing research.
...have had a good start to this game, which... wasn't unexpected. forZe has a greedier lineup. Cyber Legacy have that early game lineup for sure in terms of just laning prowess. Of course, it kind of peters out moving post laning phase, but
I do think this Razor has had much less of an impact than I expected. I'll say that much.
Yeah, well, he's tried to make a couple rotations and it kind of was unsuccessful, whilst the TeaGuvnor, for example, has just been like AFK blasting away, and as you see, look, takes the tower obviously from mid straight away when Razor's not there, so yeah, it's just kind of the matchup, I feel.
No, everyone's kind of chill. Well, actually, no. Cyberlegacy are not chillaxing. They are pushing hard on the top lane right now with this TeaGuvnor, with this Legion. You know, they recognize the Legion commander is pretty strong right now. And she is just kind of leading the charge to push down these lanes with Pikachu sitting behind her, just constantly getting out these Nether Blasts. And they've done a decent amount of damage to that tier 2 tower, about a quarter of its HP gone.
Yep.
Not bad at all. Meanwhile, they've seen the Pugner, the Razor, sorry, farming up, and Pugner's going to come and drain some of his life. What the? BZZ, you good, buddy? Oh, he didn't actually commit to the Rolling Thunder. Probably should, as he is now in a bit of trouble. Pikachu getting on pretty close here. If they get the duel out, he's in some trouble, but he gets the swashbuckle just in time. Lil steals it, but what the? Where the hell? Where is he? Anyway, Rolling Thunder does now come out, and they've kind of got them caught out, but a nice wake-up from Chappie gets Pikachu away from the death trap and to safety, and now the damage comes through onto the Sven as well. Lil finally down from the cliff, now going for the lift out onto the BZZ, and meanwhile their Jewel's going to come in as well, and that's going to be an easy kill. Really nicely played from Cyberlegacy there. Chappie and Pikachu are playing some beautiful 1-2 Dota 2. I'm enjoying it. Meanwhile, Lil, he's not done, he's hungry.
Like, I feel like Vanscore needs to be playing with this Pangolier or something just to really enable him. Like, right now, they're just kind of wandering the map, and PL's just completely free farming with just no contest. Just forZe, yeah, again, just never ready to take a fight with their heroes.
Indubitably. And Lil just popping in on this top lane. Hello everybody, Sven's going to be the target, and look at the damage coming down. The Fade Bolt going to finish the job. 19 team does get dropped, but now, well, Vanscore going in for something here as he's got them tied up together. And look at the damage coming through onto this Pug, and they're going to be able to take both of them down so quickly. Lil and Pikachu eat the dirt, but Chu will die in response. And now Palantimos trying to sneak his way away in the backlines here, but could be in some major trouble. Everybody's coming, they're trying to chase him down. They want the big kill, they want those Phantom Lancer. I'm not sure why he turned up to this fight. I think he was just farming in the air and thought, sure, I can go for an engagement. Seems to be working out well for you guys so far, but Doppel gonna get him away from the Rolling Thunder at the very least, and a couple of spells missing here. Palantimos still on the run. Plasma Field gonna give him away, and they've got the Static Link as well, and this should be it for Palantimos, though he's got another Doppel, and he gets the long jump as well, but BZ finds him and getting that final proc on the Javelin just to put an end to this Phantom Lancer's pesky life. But yeah, that will result in a kill, and finally forZe finds something.
But this is the thing, though. This is the fight that demonstrates how Cyberlegacy's draft does have weaknesses, where if they're taking a fight in these kind of dire favored areas, it's so easy for the Grimstroke to get the ult off, the Pangolier to get that the multiple man's swashbuckles or the key ult. So I think the Cyberlegacy can keep playing with numbers advantage and quickly around the map that they've been doing so far. That's when it's going to be their game to win. But when they move into such big teamfight controlled areas, forZe, even without items, it's so easy for them to get a lot of damage out. So numbers is the big factor here for Cyberlegacy.
Oh no!
BZZ.
Oh no! Oh no! He bottled the regen rune. Victory is his, kind of, except for the fact he's dead.
Can we get a poll in chat, please? Was it worth it? Was the regen rune worth it?
We all know the answer, I'm afraid.
Oh, damn it.
Although, when you take into account psychological damage, no, it's still very much not worth it. Legacy do not care. Do you think when you're playing Dota, right, do you get any greater satisfaction than killing an enemy hero? Like, do you find taking Roshan or taking a tower as satisfying, more satisfying, like ignoring, you know, anything like statistically or anything like that? Oh, hold the phone as Razor's getting jumped and he gets eviscerated, and now the two-man lasso's looking pretty nice, and BTT, the three men, they're all stuck together, they're all being beaten down, the combo is there, and in comes the pain as BZZ goes bowling and he gets a strike. 3 heroes dead, but he's getting a bit carried away here, looking for more and maybe a little bit more than he should be. Frozen solid and beaten down. Okay, Pangolier, you've had your fun, now go to sleep. 2 heroes dead on the side of forZe for that one, but still, very nice indeed. They use the lasso to drag 2 heroes along with the Soulbind to get them nice and grouped up, and then I think one extra hero jumped in there. I couldn't quite see. I think it was the Phantom Lance who doppelgangered in, and unfortunately the Inkswell then came off at the same time, stunning all 3 of them up together, and then it was just easy times for the Pangolier to come in and finish the job.
The key thing to note here, though, was the Sven was farming the entire time, and also the Razor did buy back to TP to an outpost and provide nothing with the buyback. So it was a little bit it was a great fight overall, but it's just the fact that it kind of tarnishes the fact that you got those kills because your Razor brought back, and it does make his game a little bit harder, especially because he's still only 800 gold towards BKB. He's a little bit kind of out of this game right now. Once he gets to BKB, entirely different story. Where's the damage coming to this guy? But the fact he brought back, unfortunate.
Unfortunate indeed. And now, well, God of Vantage still on the side of Cyber Legacy. Yeah. But, and you know, like, the game starts
it's really important to note, most of these fights have been without the Sven. The Sven has decided within the last 6 minutes, why I'm actually joining these fights. All I need to do is farm this bottom corner of the map. If you play down here, that's when you can play elsewhere. So you can be aggressive. So. Good overall team fighting. And again, the kills don't really reflect how this game's going. It's like, sure, you've got an additional 6 kills on the side of Cyber Legacy, but what's that reflected? You've taken tier 1 towers. You expect to take tier 1 towers with a TeaGuvnor. It's transitioning from taking the tier 1s to tier 2 to then trying to do something else. But the question then remains, how do you do Roshan on Cyber Legacy? Like, there's not a lot to achieve on the map outside these quick and easy objectives. Again, until they have the items.
Yeah.
Oh, smoke up though.
Ooh, Pikachu. Nice. They might be taking a peek at you.
They might not know about this.
Chu just running in, but there's the force. But what the hell is that? Never mind. I don't know about that one, Chief. But the Pugner gets teleported into a lasso. Meanwhile, BZZ once again knocking through 2 heroes as again chained up and beat down. It's going to be a death onto Chappie. And, well, Lil heading the same way as well. Vanscore looking for someone else on the sidelines, but they'll be happy with this. forZe opening up a huge fight in the middle lane, finding themselves 3 heroes, and then some.
All I gotta say, Nomad, is Pugner fanboys, where you at? If this hero gets stunned at any point in the game, he dies. All right.
Look at the range. Look at the range of lasso. Hover over that spell. That was total bullshit. Okay. That was total nonsense. I'm just gonna say that. Like,
I know. I can't disagree that was some. He selected the cast on it, and then as the force stuff come in, there must have been some weird. I don't know what it was, but either way.
Gaben does not like Pikachu. Not a Pokemon fan.
Player.
Yeah. He threw it out, you know, like the Cowboys do.
Also, that Soulbind, it was like it connected onto 2 heroes died, then it connected onto another hero because obviously he came in range. Like it had so much value in that fight.
Great target selection.
Different heroes, yeah.
Yeah, like, you see it so much when Grimstroke's just like, oh, Soulbind, use it on the hero we're engaging on. Like, no, because that hero's gonna die, and then your spell's useless.
But the counter smoke though from Cyber Legacy.
They're looking for.
But like. BZZ, he doesn't really care if he dies again, but look at him. He's learned a thing or two in this game. He can't really be cocky.
Yeah, they're tingling. He's been down this road one too many times today. He's not going to make that trip again.
The reason why this is so obvious, because if you like the vision right now, Dai have such a firm control of this bottom side of the map, so they know that worst case scenario, Radiant are going to be in this top portion. Like, it's so obvious for Pangolier not to be in that corner. So yeah. Thank God he didn't push out that lane.
Yep. Keeps it calm, keeps it collected, and this is going to be a top tier 2 tower going down for probably a straight up trade here as forZe are on the mark. Chu's watching for the TP, so no chance of any shenanigans happening or anything like that. And then we'll take it. That is a straight up tier 2 trade on both lanes, and they'll take each other's outposts as well.
Like, both teams are mirroring each other pretty much with the vision and what they're trying to achieve on the map right now, which is respectable. I think the Sven, very close to his BKB, a very strong timing. Batrider just picked up his Blink Dagger, so he can keep doing more of these Imba Batrider lassos that are clearly game-breaking, but, you know, let's not talk about that.
Pretty sick. Who needs an Aether Lens?
Did he didn't even have an optic or something that we could maybe have, like, solved the idea on, you know? Like, we didn't even factor in the neutrals, but...
Pretty sure he's had the Dragon Scales, and they even have a keen optic. They don't.
Since day one.
They don't. Well, I think this game is very much in forZe's favor now. They have played the timings, they've relaxed a little bit, and now their Sven is looking like a scary boy.
Hold up, look at top though.
I'm holding up.
Chappie, the scan.
Vanscore gets himself to safety, and Chappie's like, damn, I just really want some duel damage, you know? Sitting on 30. 30 is a pretty shameful number for a Legion commander, because it means that you've got 3 duels at level 1.
Okay, can we
He wants that level 2
focus?
duel.
Actually, hold on. Okay, quick. Oh no, they're running ball. All right, let's not talk about it. We'll do that later.
Right.
Nice.
We already did it, actually.
Oh,
we already did it.
Thank you,
but we can go again.
No, I was gonna say like the difference though between, because it's kind of a lull right now. I want to go back against division, actually focus on the wards. Oh damn, it's there.
Go quick.
So back, focus.
Stop rambling, man. Stop rambling. Shut up.
No, I saw the picture on the stream thing. And I was like, ooh, it's there. I'm like,
fool. Meanwhile, Phantom Lancer getting lassoed up, but look at 19. He just tears him apart. Bignum going to be following him straight to the grave, and the paws will come out from Vanscore. Interesting. Interesting indeed.
Right, I don't care about vision. I've rambled too much, and also, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, they
unpause, double kill, pause, off we go. What the hell?
Hello. Stop rolling. There's a really weird icon, isn't it? I never actually, like, I've never hovered on it long enough to actually see what it is. It literally just looks like Pangolier is kind of slide hop.
It's like he's at
drifting?
the gym, you know, doing the lifty thingamajig, you know? Whatever,
I do
whatever
like,
the one which...
What, a squat?
You know? No. It's more like maybe like a barbell raise type situation or something. I don't know.
I see.
And he's got the posture like the bent over, butt tushed out, you know, just like, oop, look at my glutes or whatever.
Dante Palin stops when he pleases.
Oh, yeah, I just thought it was...
Fair enough, mate. you do you. Well, no one wants to answer the admin. Why we paused? Who knows? Who cares? Chilling, vibing.
They also did say TeamSpeak at the start, right?
Oh, right. Well,
do you have BZ muted?
No, I would not have VCZ muted.
Oh, well.
Oh, yeah, TC problems. Oh, yeah, I see.
There you go. All right, cool.
Bad,
all right, I was going to say, I was
like,
like,
answer him.
When did you have an experience with BTZ to mute him?
Hey, I've played in pubs against some of the best. Played against Topson. Nearly won.
You mean the one that also streams on Twitch to give away free Arcanas?
No, real Topson.
So his name,
I played real Topson.
Or something.
Wow. Yeah, we didn't realize it at the time, and we were like, "Damn, this monkey player is pretty good." I remember pick Storm into me. He was like, "This monkey king's just going to be crap," so I'm going to pick Storm anyway because he really wanted to play him. Got absolutely wrecked, and then we were like, "Oh damn, this monkey king's pretty good. All right, we're just going to focus everything on the monkey king," and then we did, and then we nearly won because he was just playing with some friends, I think. Yeah. But and then Topson decided we weren't going to win, and unfortunately, there's not much you can do when Topson decides you're not going to win.
Fair.
There we go.
In the last time that, not in solo queue, but in a party queue game, because obviously solo queue is different, but party queue, I played Axe carry against his PA carry. That was fun. Luckily, pulled out the win. But it was very much an Axe favored matchup, but pretty fun. I didn't go Blink though. I went Manta, Radiant, AC or something weird, but that was like a year ago, maybe.
Okay.
Half a year, yeah.
You go for the
you play off the attack speed,
counter attack, Prox Helix. Nice.
You just keep mantering and pushing out all your waves. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Good memes.
Doesn't? Yeah. Indeed. Also, played Topson in solo queue and tried sitting on him mid, killed him a couple of times, but then he just outfarmed my team and beat us. But BZZ, he's getting caught top. Does he die?
No, you're not going to get the duel. We'll still die, though. But now Chu looking for the 2-man... Oh, no, he doesn't have Lasso available because he's just using the last fight, of course. Meanwhile, Grimstroke getting beaten down. Chappie, though, he's able to just stand his ground there. Will take down the support, but now Gibkey turning up. This might be a threat. And a blink forward from Chu as well. Going to put a threat here, but not really enough here. And Cyber Legacy are actually just in. Now they're back in. They've got the lasso, the lift, the throw back, the life drain as well. Razor is getting beaten down. Can they finish the job? Ice Blast coming through, and it will be enough to finish the job. Gibkey gets killed off, and
that was so greedy by
forZe.
Not only were they trying to make a pick off against a TeaGuvnor, who's an excellent skirmish hero, their Sven's AFK farming the entire time, and the Razor's BKB is on courier. forZe with a massive lapse of judgment there. Maybe this pause being a big detriment, but this is the type of moments where TeaGuvnor, he can claim building so quickly. Like,
look at this guy go.
Christ.
He's being greedy. He comes in for one more. He's like, "Whoa, can I get away with it? Yeah, I can."
I'm actually taken back by this, and oh well. Continued aggression.
Another day, another duel, another kill. This time he wins it. 48 duel damage now up on the Legion Commander as she is continuing to stand her ground on the front lines here. And a BKB pod from 19.
They're
Hello,
choking
sir.
so hard.
They really are. They really are. Yeah, forZe, they're in a weird place as the top barracks are starting to fall thick and fast.
I have nothing to say other than they just played some of the worst Dota that I've watched today.
Yep, unfortunately so. Very weird fights, very weird decisions to come into this in the top lane. Very much just feeding into Cyber Legacy,
Nomad, a fight is when one man and another man have trained and they're practicing punching each other.
You've never been out on a night out in Birmingham, mate.
Oh, I'm talking about real fights, not like a Birmingham night, but this is just like... I don't know, yeah, whatever, forZe, alright. They need to really just tighten up a little bit. They were playing pretty well up until this last minute 20.
I mean, this is a Saturday night in Birmingham too. Oh, sick Manta dodge. This is a Saturday night in Birmingham, you know, like they're just kind of, oh, hold the phone. They have managed to get off the two-man link together, beating them down, but Vanscore and Chu are already dead. Cyber Legacy, they haven't lost anybody yet. They're buying back though, and PugNor will get taken down by 19 on the backline. So somebody still wants to come and play this game, and now the Phantom Lancer is going to be the next target as they will rip through a little anyway on the backlines. The Plantsmo's going to follow as well, and now the momentum just comes tumbling back in the other direction.
Yeah. Well, when they play together and don't go one by one, of course, like their lineup's meant to win these fights.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So forZe, one lapse of judgment, one pause later, or multiple pauses later, they lose a Rax. Okay. They're now back. They've sorted themselves out.
Yep.
And they should technically be back in the driving seat of this game. Just now, one Rax down for pretty much no reason.
I'm just glad that they came out and took a good fight because I already know what Twitch just going on about. Oh, they paused. They caught the Mafia. Meanwhile, Chappie's having problems, and well, unfortunately, the problem is himself, as is with all of us, really, at certain times in our lives. But
Chappie was going for a while. I think he got a little bit giddy. The amount of jaws he's got on this Pangolier is like, maybe I can go for one more. Like,
yeah, there was an AA blast coming over, but Bignum actually mistimed it, which I think probably would have brought the Pango down. But there you go.
I'd like to see this Pangolier. Yeah, this Pangolier needs to get a way of kind of cleansing himself. He needs either a Lotus Orb or yours. Just something to be able to get rid of the decrypt, because right now he just dies because he commits, doesn't have Rolling Thunder up, for example, and it's like, oh, I'm just decrypt dead.
Paladin Sword on Sven.
Naughty.
There's a naughty pickup.
Just like his next item that I believe is flying out on the courier.
What is it, TeaGuvnor? We're dying to know. Please do tell us.
Aghanims.
Scepter.
Yeah.
There it is.
Boy gets to fly. Boy doesn't get kited.
Yep. When Sven was born, Mummy said, "You'll never fly, Sven, but you will carry a big old sword." And Sven's like, "Fuck you, Mum, I'm doing both."
Who do you think is F50k?
Nobody. I don't think this game's going to 50 kills, sorry. If anybody bets on that, they're a bit of an idiot. Unless it's like some insane odds, bet 1p and get like a house back.
Oh, I'm down.
Take that.
I'm sure you'll be able to claim that one very swiftly. Oh, God.
You can probably tell I don't know much about betting.
No, same.
Well, they're kind of... Yeah, they're circling, aren't they? Meanwhile, Chappie, he's going to try and break it, but unfortunately the BKB comes up from Gibkey, and now the stack link as well, but nothing's going to break out from this one. It is just a BKB charge wasted. Now Pikachu's coming in. They want to take advantage of the fact that this Razor has no BKB, but in they come with the Rolling Thunder over the top line, but the BKB comes out from PugNor in response, but they're able to take down Lil, and now the damage doesn't matter that you got a BKB, because Sven is hitting you so damn hard. Gibkey takes him out, and the backline they are able to find a duel win onto Vanscore, but now the Pango, he's on top of the PL, and PL just gets absolutely incinerated. Chappie needs to run, but I'm not sure how far he can really go here. And in comes the Sven. Superman is here, plowing into the Legion Commander, bringing her down and opening up this Roshan pit for forZe. And in they shall go.
The chat was not there, so I thought I'd at least give it a slight British interpretation, but...
Appreciate it all the same, my friend, as now Roshan will start to fall.
Sorry, we're just kind of saying two different things. It was just like, Roshan's now available, and kind of sums up what they're meant to be doing in this lineup.
Yeah. Hey, Blast is going to be annoying, but just annoying. Bignum's going in for the steal. Come on, son. No, he's not. Damn it. But yeah, I mean, a bit of a baited initiation there because they were like, oh, the Razor popped this BKB. We have a Pugner. Sounds like a great idea. Let's go and kill him whilst he's vulnerable. But unfortunately, you know, the Spenax was a thing, and he does a lot of damage. He does a lot of DMGs.
But do you know why that's so bad, though?
He doesn't care about BKB.
Cyber Legacy cannot take fights in open areas. They need to use the choke points in the hope to allow the Pugner to play in fog, not to play in front. Like, as soon as forZe get numbers into a certain area in an open field, Sven can freely jump around the fight, Batrun is free to do whatever they want. All these soul binds are always so crucial. They're getting 2-man soul binds into 2-man lassos. Like, it's always paying off. And Cyber Legacy, when they play out in these open spaces, it's so easy for forZe to get this control and this damage out.
100%. 100%.
And also, like, Pikachu, sure, he gets a BKB, but it's like, is it enough? Like, you're dying to spend right clicks at this point. And also, you can't decrypt yourself when you're BKB'd, so he has to really decide, am I BKBing to stop myself getting Rolling Thundered, or am I decrypting myself to stop getting Sven ultied? Like, Sven right click, sorry, like, he has to be so smart with which one he's using, otherwise he might just kill himself. Yeah,
he actually did decrypt the Sven in that fight. I think it was just as his BKB ended, because it is... well, it's full 10-second duration. Maybe it was before it, not too sure. But hey, bright side, silver lining time. Legion Commander, 84 dual victory damage now. Just look at it sitting pretty.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's all you're getting for that one.
Thanks. Well, I'll take it.
That's right.
Enchanted Quiver. Wonder who that goes on. I don't think Pugner wants it particularly.
Maybe the AA just to...
Oh, yeah, for the meme
damage.
Hit. Chilling touch from half the map away.
Ooh, the aggressive smoke. Hold up, mid lane. Pushing into a high ground area, they don't actually have any vision. So do they have a ward? They don't have any vision.
He sees them, and he can just force stuff down to low ground if he wants. If he needs to do something, though, Jesus, he's really burning down the clock there, but does get himself to safety, at the very least. So initiation is not successful. Meanwhile, Legion just clearing herself out, using those spider legs and the blink dagger to the best of her ability to run away from this pesky bat rider. But he's not done. He keeps on chasing, and Chappie might be getting run down sometime soon. Got the spider legs over the hill. Sven comes flying in and cleaves him up. Meanwhile, Lasso's come out onto the Legion Commander. She's getting beaten down. Now in comes the static link as well, but the teammates are coming over. Palantimos is looking for the backlines, but immediately Vanscore just drops down the ultimate, bringing them together, and that's a dual win for the Razor as he now looks over towards Palantimos as well. BKB popped as a force stuff the Palantimos down onto the low ground, still being chased. Meanwhile, the Razor playing with Lil. Lil turns it around though, and he's actually got the damage to bring down Gibkey, I think, and he's a little bit more, but the lift, the throw back, Pikachu is here, Blast comes out, and they don't finish the job. Palantimos, meanwhile, he's playing the mouse. He is not the cat here, and he's getting burnt down, finished off. Meanwhile, the Razor, I think, was able to, well, he's apparently on full HP and mana. Oh, he had the Aegis. Yo, what? Oh, okay. Sven just doing Sven things.
Then forced up high ground, forcing the Sven to go high ground, and also killing him. Yep.
Well, there it is. Yep. There it is.
That was pleasant. This was overall nice engagement from forZe. Just picking them apart and getting. It's mainly outpost control. You always have the ability to bring numbers here, and cute repair kit, mate. But will it be enough? When you can just go bottom.
Yeah, God's Strength has popped from the Sven as well. They mean business. Buyback comes in from Lil, though. There is an AA blast coming forward onto the Sven. Hello, sir. He does pop the BKB in the very last second, but it's not enough to keep him alive. Now Chappie looking for a vent, looking for something here. He has got the duel, but doesn't manage to get him onto BZZ in time. Meanwhile, Chu and BZZ will just get themselves away with the Firefly and the Rolling Thunder, respectively. Lil still chasing as he will find... He's got the blink this whole time, but just doesn't want to throw it out if he can't for sure find someone.
This is terrible for forZe. Like Sven, he also used BKB at the very end of that. But
yeah, exactly.
Like, the repair kit comes out, in my eyes, that say, alright, let's back off from the tower, respect the fact that they've used it, move bottom. If you want to siege towers, right? But instead, they linger so long, you then just get clipped by the AOL. Like, AOL does so much damage. He gets a 10% spell amp on level 10. When I say so much damage, I mean, obviously, when brought low, he will instantly pop. But just the fact that when you get hit by it, it's... have to respect it.
It's a bit of a spicy one. And just like that...
A little bit.
Yeah, Cyber Legacy find themselves a lot of space on this map.
Look at the line Sven just drew. He was like, lads, you can go fight him. Don't know how much I want to trust Sven's judgment at this point, but he drew the line, and they ignored him.
Yeah,
finding the PO on the bot lane.
Hard to say what they would be talking about there, but yeah, Plantimos is being targeted down somewhat here. Now they have the lasso, yeah, they've got him linked up. He could be in some real trouble here. BZZ is on the top. Plantimos, he doesn't have the health. He just gets ripped in two. This PL he's really poor, and you're certainly feeling it. Every time they jump on him, they just rip him apart in seconds. He's actually oh no. forZe might be losing someone here. He does get off the Soulbind, and now they get off the double lasso thanks to the Soulbind. Okay, dragging them into BZZ's Death Zone, although he does actually miss with the Rolling Thunder for the first jump there, but it doesn't seem to matter, or does it? Legion Commander dueling up the Razor. That's questionable, to say the least, and he will be winning that one. That's 44 dual damage now on the Razor. A big question mark drawn for me real quick. Meanwhile, Chu still chasing Pikachu. It's a Chu versus Chu situation, and boom, take him apart, rip him limb from limb. Pugner is dead, along with two other his teammates.
By Pangler on the top side of the fight, don't forget.
Having some fun, having some fun. Full stuff up, but BCC's got the blink, keeps on chasing, and yeah, this is one dead age apparition. He's out of options now. What's he gonna? He turn around and get the chilling touch. Go on, son. No, he's out.
Go on, son.
Go on, son. Give him the chilling touch, lad.
Also, we look at this little play here. So a lot of people, and I think in obviously lower levels of skills, they'll get a team fight and they'll push down one lane. A really critical thing for you to do is, in this time of people being dead, you can always skip that additional wave from a side lane. So now means, look at this top wave. They haven't taken 2 towers, but this creep wave will come in and start pressuring this tier 1 tower. So it means, again, added value out of a simple siege.
A buyback, and we've been down this road before as the Sven gets himself frostbitten up, but he's going to be okay for the time being. But one thing I want to ask, though, is where is Plantimos' farm? Where is his money?
In his deaths, you know, the ones that he's given away. He's farmed quite a lot, but it's like, it's so hard for him to actually join a team fight. How does he join a team fight, though? Against Pangolier, against the Razor with his Shivas, against Sven with his Ags. Like, it's so hard for this hero to actually play any games, and we said this in the draft. How, after the cutesy laning phase and the early kind of laning domination that they could potentially bring out, how did they actually ever start a fight? Legion's useless for doing this. PL doesn't want to do it against these counters. AA Rubik will never be able to do this. Pugner will just die. Like, you don't have anyone to want to start a fight. PL thrives off of messy fights that he can just jump the backlines and be a part of. But in this lineup, he kind of has to be a bit more in the front. Can't do that.
Well, scan will detect where forZe are, but there's not much which Cyber Legacy can actually do with that information currently.
And the vision as well coming out from forZe. Both wards on the hills, scouting out when Cyber Legacy are going to want to push out of their base. Of course, these are easy wards to de-ward, but at this point in time, if Cyber Legacy were to show on these wards, you'd expect forZe to capitalize on that and potentially just straight away jump them.
It's becoming a bit of a slow burner for Cyber Legacy, I'm afraid. They are a little bit stuck in this one. They need like an extra item or two on their PL, and they just don't have that right now. And this
they need like
is
BKB,
a monster.
Yeah, it's like BKB Abyssal Butterfly, and then you're at like a decent point to play Dota on PL. But right now it's like nope. Even a casual Scardy.
Ooh, a response here to Chappie trying to grab the outpost. Ooh, and he's just seen a ton of mangoes, and he's like, wait a minute, there's something going on here. Someone needs to send a courier up here and just fill up on mangoes. I want to see a courier fully stocked.
He didn't use his Bane Dagger, but now this move is pretty much just a basic move from forZe. It's we don't have anything to obtain bottom or mid. We just need to flush out our own jungle, make sure that they can't farm any additional part of the map, take over these 2 towers, and then just slowly siege. And/or they can wait for Roshan. It's going to respawn will respawn in a minute 40.
1 minute and 40 seconds until Roshan is back in the game.
Pugman now trying to build towards the Dagon. I don't mind the Dagon build, especially because the building damage on forZe isn't enough. So when they want to move into high ground, there is the potential that if you get that quick blink duel on a Sven, for example, layer over a Decrep with a Dagon and the AA blast, you can easily blow up a Sven or a Razor pre-BKB.
Anybody.
So I like the itemization. Yeah. But they are, again, Cyber Legacy, even though on the if you see top rats taken, that was because of a series of horrendous plays from forZe. In reality, Cyber Legacy, they have to play off their own high ground defense to then get the kills needed to then push out back onto the map. Right now, they have no real players playing outside of their base or outside of their own side of the map, let's say.
I mean, yeah, they still kind of own this side of the map, like, because of all the wards they've got up. Like, they've got this high ground ward here.
This ward doesn't give them anything. They literally own this.
It's nearly run out, though. This was placed in brighter days. In better times.
Back when life could have been prosperous, but now, like, we see it so many times that just because they're positioned bottom, they have no place being here. They don't own this area. They're just trying to get a pick off or try and do something. Then they'll instantly get away. So just because they're positioned here doesn't mean they're actually owning this area.
Yeah.
In reality, the area that they own is pretty much just this, actually. There you go. That's what they safely can play within and control and fight.
Arcane Reservoir.
And yeah, forZe have identified this, of course, and not encroaching in this area. Just making sure they
Lasso out onto the Legion commander, and well, see you later, chappy.
But this is the point, like, when I just drew that box, right? That is the box where you want to fight. If you go anywhere outside that box, forZe will happily enter the area and try and take fights.
Dagon doing literally nothing to the Grimstroke, and now the double silence coming out, but Plantimos is joining in this one as well, so should be able to cleanly bring down Vanscore. Chu is coming though. I'm not sure why though. He doesn't have the lasso, but maybe he's got teammates coming in from behind. He certainly does. Oh my goodness, Chappie, what is going on with you, son? He's going to get cleanly killed off immediately on the backlines there. I don't know what they're doing right now, Cyber Legacy. This is not good. Palantimos being blocked off his exit by BZZ as Gibkey, and the Pangolier will be able to cleanly take down Palantimos a second time here. He does have the jump away, but he's got so little health, and yeah, BZZ with a swashbuckle puts an end to shenanigans.
Yeah, and if we have a quick butcher at the buybacks, just doesn't look healthy. You can also use the top bar as well. The golden ring indicates buyback being up or not. PL doesn't have it. Oh, it does have it, sorry. Legion doesn't have it. AA doesn't have it. Yeah. So, in a pretty dire spot. Taking away another free Roshan. Like, the thing is nowadays with Roshan, like, you don't really rush to do it unless you got like a Slardar or a Venge type lineup, or like a natural Solar Crest type hero. You just kind of play around the map, play around it, get a couple pickoffs, and then you move towards Roshan. Quite often you see like this, like the Hail Mary attempt of running into Roshan as 5 and enforcing the engagement, but you don't really need to do that. Just play smart, and you can normally secure yourself these mid-game Roshans.
Yep, easily done, as BZZ now finishes off this Lincoln Sphere onto him. So those pesky duels not going to be a problem anymore. Meanwhile, Pikachu, BKBTP, gets himself out safely. There was a very scary Batrider sliding in on him, but didn't manage to connect in time.
He's shuffling his way over.
Indeedy.
But this is the make or break moment for Cyber Legacy. The high ground hold. The can we blow someone up as they poke their head up into our beloved Radiant base. They have the sentries set up to potentially deward any of these lingering pesky wards.
Then taking some hits again here as BZZ goes in deep with the Rolling Thunder, trying to target down Pikachu, and well, Chu's coming in deep, trying to find this lasso, but doesn't really want to do it if it's not going to result in anything. And right now they're just zoning them all the way back into their base, but not really finding anything. And Vanscore's actually dropping super low from all of this as well, so forZe will be forced to back away, losing a lot of their health and not really gaining too much here. But I guess they got a Fortify, they didn't lose anybody, but still a bit of a weird one. We're just trying to fish, trying to see if Cyber Legacy make a misplacement, you know, get someone lassoed out of position, then find themselves a kill, and that would open up the high ground for them, but not happening just yet. Now I have the Illusionist Cape along with the Magic Lamp. I'm surprised I'm not giving the Magic Lamp to the Pango. There we go.
Yeah, this I think it just shows how hard it is to go high ground for forZe, where their high ground is based around the Batrider getting the jump, getting the pickoff, and then playing the game from there. And as you can see, like, he never really committed the jump, so of course the Legion was always in close proximity to Purge. So yeah, I think forZe just need to be a little bit more disciplined with their siege. Obviously, they can just go again. There's nothing stopping them. But they just need to make sure they make the jump and then play from the jump.
Unfortunately for Cyber Legacy, they're going to have their Buyback on Pugner in a second. And
Wasted
this one
ale.
comes out actually forward onto Chu there as they nearly bring him down, but not quite. But meanwhile, Pikachu does go down to the backlines. Immediate buyback from him, trying to come back in and make this a fight. But unfortunately, it doesn't really look like one just yet, as Sven, with his God Strength, just completely unstoppable. And they have the jump in the backlines. They're taking down Bignum, taking down Pikachu as well. Can they get it for the second time? Yes, they can. And Sven is just cleaving through everybody. And there's your GGs coming out from
There
Chappie.
it is.
Cyber Legacy will fall in this first game against forZe Esports.
Yep. I'd like to end this victory with a shout out to the one guy who was a massive Pugner fan, kept trying to say that everyone was an idiot and that Pugner was going to win this game. And in reality, you were wrong. And yeah, Pugner bad. forZe good. So shout out to you.
Good. Yeah, I mean, you could have
I'm just joking.
you could have
I'm just
seen
joking,
it.
sorry.
You could have seen it. You know, there's definitely the possibility for the Pugners
of
just kind
course.
of run over this game. You know, and if Cyber Legacy played cleaner, then sure they could have just kind of found the aggression and kept up the pace. But unfortunately, forZe did just find one or two fights and then.
I would go with the rebuttal for that. I would say it's more forZe had to play worse for this Pugner to have a better game. Like you saw how that series of bad events in top allowed for Cyber Legacy to take a Rax. That's what Pugner is about: punishing, taking, quickly sieging. And forZe, after that double pause situation where they lost the Rax, they demonstrated that they could be very sloppy. And if you had these engagements non-stop, where they brought the not enough heroes to an engagement in the start of the game as well, Grimstroke was never really present, Pangolier was off doing his own thing a lot of time. If they had that playstyle the entire time, then of course, Cyber Legacy, this Pugner, probably would have won the game. But because forZe tightened up their game, as soon as they lost that Rax, they were like, guys, we got to stop being idiots here. We got to really make sure we're together and we just run over them. And as soon as that happened, multiple soul binds, double lassos, Pangolier always there, Sven always present. It was an easy game at that point. So sure, it could have worked out, but in reality, this was forZe's game to lose just because their draft was superior, and they showed that they could potentially lose it due to bad execution. But again, they wrapped it up in the end.
They did indeed, and that is indeed going to wrap up the first game of Cyber Legacy versus forZe with a one-game advantage now settling for forZe. Can they repeat their same success in game number 2? You shall find out after a short break. My name's Nomad, he's been TeaGuvnor, and we'll see you very shortly with game 2 in this best of 3 series here in the Parimatch League Season 2.